Hello, before we get started, I do believe this is recording right now, and at the same time, I believe I'm making a QuickTime recording of my screen. So when you go to edit this in the future, Marty, you didn't edit down a video today. Bad, Marty. It's the second time that's happened. When you go edit this down in the future, make sure you integrate the QuickTime video of my research protocol mind map. All right, I think I have audio. I think we're good. Let's get started. What's the date today? Today's the 12th. 13th? 13th. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dissertation Diaries. My name is Marty Scholes, and today is December 14th. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dissertation Diaries. Today is Sunday, December 13th, 2020. This was the week that I was waiting on results back from my submission of the proposal that I had submitted. This is the week I was waiting to hear back on what I had done. This is the week I was waiting to hear back on my submission that I had placed about a week ago. And in fact, I got a little bit of feedback. On Thursday this week, my chair had noted that he had sent it to the methodologist for review. I'm hoping to get feedback before the end of the year so that I can make changes over the break, the holiday break, and get them submitted by the beginning of next month, next year. That was Thursday. Friday, I didn't get anything done, but on Saturday, I sat down and tried to come up with a plan on how I was going to put together the protocol and line up an expert panel. I swear to you, I had no idea about any of this. I haven't seen this covered at all at GCU. The whole expert panel thing was foreign to me. I don't know where it is. I don't know the format. I don't know any of that. However, I found some dissertations that used a qualitative descriptive design. That's what I have. And went ahead and looked up on how they were doing, how they were accomplishing it. But before I did any of that, yesterday I wanted to sit down and try to come up with a plan and an understanding of what to expect in terms of a qualitative descriptive protocol and expert panel. And I'll show you here on my screen, I came up with a mind map. And all I did was do a brain dump of things that I thought I might need, kind of brainstorming, and just put them all together. And then what I did was I realized that it fell into three basic tasks, if you will. The first was to identify experts. The second was to come up with some sort of protocol structure. And these are just the main themes. And the third was actually to get agreement from the experts on the expert panel to get some sort of feedback. And I realized that what I need to do for identify experts is first create a Trello board for an expert search, and then create a candidate list, and then request approval and or referrals. I want to reach out to my expert candidates and say, hey, can you help me out? And can you point me in a direction of somebody who could help me out? I was hoping to get 3 or 4 experts to respond. I'm looking for people that have been involved at a managerial level in a technology merger and acquisition recently. That's a fairly thin population. But I just wanted to come up with a plan on how to do this. Within protocol structure, I thought the first thing we need to do is locate reference protocols. I actually did that today. Structure my protocol, come up with a structure for my protocol that mirrored what was acceptable. And then to populate the protocol with content. Those are questions, protocol information. That's actually a lot of work. But first I have to have a structure and understand how it all works. And then in addition to that, I wanted to send off and get agreement from my expert panels. That is, agreement's the big piece, but within that is send for approval and then follow up until I have 4 that are received. So it's kind of my overarching thing. Spent an hour or 2 yesterday trying to come up with this and simplify it down to this very simple, straightforward process. Well, that's what I did yesterday. As I said, what I did was I put together that mind map and let me know what I was going to be doing on broad strokes. I went ahead and populated my to-do list with those pieces of information, put dates on them. Going to try to work on that this week. But first, on Sunday, that's today, I had some things that I wanted to get done. And 3 things that I really set out to do. Number 1, build out a Trello board for tracking my expert hunt. I did this before on several different things. I use a Trello board really to track a sales pipeline. And I went ahead and put that together today. Atlassian and Trello made some changes that really complicated things for me at first. But I got it all taken care of. And I got a Trello board put together with a few rough lists. And I'll show you that here in a minute. The second thing I did was I added The second thing I did was I added candidates to the board that I thought might be able to help me, either to give me direct expert feedback or to refer me to someone who could give me expert feedback, or in one case it was somebody whose spouse might be able to point me in the right direction. I need 3 or 4 experts when this is done, so I started with a much higher number. Turns out, after writing out, I came up with 14 potential candidates for experts. My next step is to reach out to them and prime them, say, hey, I'm thinking of doing this, can you help me out? That'll be my next step while I'm working on putting my protocol together. And let me show you this. This is my Trello board here, and I will just show you what it is. I've got 3 columns. First is expert identified, second is expert contacted, and the third is talking to experts. Now once I get further past that, I'll add more columns, but right now I'm just kind of tracking where everybody's at. Each card here are different experts or people that I think might be able to help me get to experts. And as I make progress with each of those, I will move them over into the appropriate columns and add notes in there. That will allow me to keep track of where everything is with the experts that I'm communicating with and the communication I'm having with them, so that I can pick up at any time and understand where I left things with this person, and they can help me identify what I can do in any particular day. At any rate, that's my plan, and that's what I'm working on right now. I got that put together today. I populated it with experts, and I went and found other dissertations this evening that use the model I have and use the expert panel. So I'm going to be using those as patterns for me putting together my own expert panel and protocol as part of this. I accomplished what I set out to today. Tomorrow I will continue the progress and keep moving forward. My plan for this week is to get as much done and contact as many experts as I can this week, and then to work on populating out my protocol so that hopefully I can get it in front of experts next week. That's what I'm doing. Hope the world's treating you well, and keep grinding away on your dissertation. Take care.